Building, you're supposed to be paying their teachers, but you're
Thank you. Sorry for that. We are here to condemn the inflexible use of tear gas on students from Butere Girls High School during a drama festival event. This is an appalling act of state brutality and a direct assault on the values of democracy and human dignity that we have fought for a long time in this country. To unleash chemicals on innocent school girls for simply expressing artistic truth is an right and an affront to the expression in this country. This act is even as an act of repression. It is an unprovoked attack on one of our nation. This attack occurred while the students were performing a politically charged piece, rightfully so, as a right of their expression on their conscience and engagement with civic issues that are happening right now in this country. Instead of fostering an environment for dialogue, they were met with violence, causing distress, and among remember these are vulnerable members of our society. Is a violation of their basic rights and unforgivable betrayal of our shared values as a nation. We therefore call for immediate accountability. Those responsible for this disgraceful act must face justice. Silence in the face of this atrocity is a sign of complicity, and we cannot afford to remain passive when these extreme violations are happening to our children. Kenya must choose between tyranny and liberty. Finally, we stand firm in belief that the measure of our democracy lies on how we protect our children, our young people, and the productive age of this republic. We must act now to safeguard their rights and ensure that such brutality is never repeated again. I want my colleague to also continue with the statement.
Thank you. I think first of all to note that Senator Malala is an accomplished playwright, and he has been doing this for very many schools since his days in the university. And I think what we saw happening in Nakuru last night and this morning, it's actually the lowest that the state agencies can go to as far as violation of the different freedoms and rights that are enshrined in the Constitution is concerned. If you read Articles 32 all the way to 38, you can actually see the freedom of association, the freedom of speech, the freedom of movement for Senator Malala has been curtailed unlawfully, since last night. It's also a violation of Article 43, where he has been forcefully arrested and unlawfully detained up to this afternoon. And this is further cements the ongoing negative credentials of the government as a government that is intolerant to its critics, as a government that will go out of way, even if it means violating the rights of children to prop itself up. And to me, this is an extension of the abductions that we saw. This is an extension of the Gen Z crackdown. Now we have taken it a level lower to innocent children, to dignify the members of our parliament. And I think as parliamentarians, we are here to say this must stop. Let us leave our children out of this. Let us leave our children out of our politics. Let our children express themselves. They know their rights. And it is just important that we give them an opportunity. And whoever they want to guide them to express those rights, it is within their right. If they want Senator Malala as their director, he is a Kenyan. There is nothing unlawful that he was doing. So being denied that opportunity, it just shows that this government has reached a point of intolerance that is actually unacceptable, and we call out the security agencies, we condemn this attack and we say this must stop.
Thank you. Our Senator.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I also join my colleagues here in condemning what happened in Nakuru, where children were tear gassed and one Senator Cleophas Malala arrested despite having a court order. What I can say is that when President William Ruto was trying to demean those who were demonstrating in Nairobi or other parts of the country, he challenged them to bring along their children. He told them, why are you demonstrating without the children? Now the parents heard, the children heard, and the children are now speaking. And since they cannot come to the streets by their own, through the artistic means, they are now able to communicate, to talk about this government. And you know, these children should speak about this government from morning to the evening, because it is the cause of their misery. Poor education, poor sanitization, poor health, everything that would actually, protect their future is being curtailed by this government. But the question we are asking is this: if lawyers can be allowed to practice law when they become politicians, if musicians can be allowed to sing when they become politicians, why curtail Malala, who is a playwright, not to write what he was doing before? All we are telling President William Ruto, please, we know this is an extension. After harassing our children in the streets, we have now gone for them in their classrooms, which you are supposed to be building, you are supposed to be paying their teachers, but you are now harassing these children. What we are saying is that we are not going to keep quiet, and we are going to raise our voices. And very soon, if he does not desist, we are now going to tell our children, now it's for you now to speak for this country. It is your future. You know, we will hold their hands and tell them wherever they are to speak and condemn anything, anyone they see is trying to steal their future. So I join my honorable members here, and actually, on the issue of harassing Malala, we know why he's being harassed. It's because Malala is one of the people who are speaking the truth, who are fighting for accountability, who are seen as criticizing the government. If it was one person from the side of William Ruto, probably they would not have harassed him. But I want, as I conclude, to ask William Ruto one question. If you're okay when the children recite poems calling you and Kowili, if you're okay when the kids recite poems calling you and Kowili wa mikate, also be okay when they call you and Kowili wa maumivu. Be okay with that. Do not harass our children, do not harass Kenyans, and do not harass those who are criticizing you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I know some of you had asked me to speak like a mother, and I will, because we have seen very serious, intentional initiative by the government to curtail the freedom of expression and the freedom of association. I believe that Senator Marara is a son and a daughter and a father of many. He went through the university, he got schooled so that he can do what he's doing. Actually, politics was an addition. Senator Marara is a professionally trained playwright, and he has all the rights to be involved in writing whatever he's trained to do. And by the way, Senator Marara did not start yesterday with Butere girls. You all know that for the last 3 years, all the winning skits in the national drama festivals have been associated with Senator Marara. You know that. And if you don't know, we should let you know. So what is this that Marara now has done that is arcing so much that our children, our girls have to sleep the whole night in a dormitory without food, without showering? Those girls confessed on TV that they didn't sleep well, they didn't eat last night, and they didn't shower as they went to perform their popular skit. Why must we go to this extent? On behalf of parents like myself, I must call out this government for what it has become. a violator of the constitution by which they swore to protect. You have violated the rights of those children, the rights of the playwright, the rights of teachers. You have intimidated teachers. And this is not going to be acceptable. We have seen you even throw tear gas into the bus this morning when the girls were leaving. I salute those wonderful girls who are going to be like Gathoni Wamuchomba in future. Well done, my girls. You must express yourself. We also are a product of what we did when we were in schools. We participated in those drama festivals. I remember when I was in school, we used to have a skit we used to call the government inspector. A book, a playwright that was written by the Nikolai Gogol, the government inspector. We played that skit, and that's why we are here today. So those girls must be encouraged. They must not be suppressed, but they must be encouraged. They are doing the right thing. And I salute those girls who went on stage this morning and refused to be intimidated. And they sang the national anthem, and they walked out of the stage. Well done, my girls. Well done. Don't buy fear. This is not the regime that we bargain for, and we must call them for what they have become. Now, going forward, we are not going to allow the police to use tear gas, which they buy through our own sweat, through taxpayers' money, to intimidate our children, either in the streets, in schools, or in universities. And this must stop, and stop with an exclamation, because we are not going to sit pretty and watch the government take over the rights of our young Kenyans. Thank you very much.
Hakuna maswali?
I think we don't have questions because we are
probably of performance of the Echoes of War play by Butere Girls High School drama students by the National Police Service. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the disruption of the performance Echoes of War play by Butere Girls High School at the Kenya National School and Colleges Drama Festival in Nakuru County by the National Police Service. Honorable Speaker, in February 2025, the Butere Girls High School, in participation of the 2025 National Drama Festivals, presented a play titled Echoes of War, which successfully progressed to the sub-county, county, and regional levels, and thereafter was approved to proceed to the national level. Despite this, the play elicited a lot of apparently unjustified and unjustifiable concerns, which led to the play being banned. This ban was lifted by the High Court, and the play reinstated for performance at the National Drama and Film Festival in Nakuru. Unfortunately, on 9th April 2025, on the eve of the presentation of the play at the national level, the director of the Echoes of War play, Honorable Cleophas Malala, was allegedly arrested in Nakuru County under unclear circumstances, disrupting preparations for the performance. Today morning, Butere Girls was prevented from staging their play, and riot police were deployed at the venue, where they allegedly lobbed tear gas at the students who were preparing to perform. Members of the public were also denied access to the venue. Honorable Speaker, this situation raises serious concerns regarding the freedom of expression as enshrined in Constitution under Article 33, and the role of security agencies in protecting constitutional rights and freedoms. As noted by the court in the case of the banning of the Shackles of Doom play, a ban which, as the one imposed by the Kenya National Drama Festival, constitutes a limitation of freedom of expression. The producers and students of Butere Girls have invested time, talent, and effort in the development and performance of their play. The actions of denying the students the opportunity to perform and buying access by members of the public to the venue of the festival not only undermines the right to artistic creativity, but also limits constitutional freedoms. Mr. Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. 1, a report on the incidents at the National Drama and Film Festival in Nakuru, including reasons for deployment of anti-riot police and use of excessive force. B, steps that the Ministry of Interior and National Administration is taking to ensure that the law enforcement agencies protect and not infringe on the rights of citizens, particularly children, in line with the Constitution. And C, Mr. Speaker, measures that the ministry is taking to prevent future violations of artistic freedoms in educational spaces and to guarantee that students and their creative producers are not intimidated or threatened, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Omboko Milemba.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for this chance. I just want to support the statement and indicate that drama is just about satire, and satire has been there throughout. And I remember one of the most remembered satirical philosophers even during the French Revolution was Voltaire. But even Voltaire himself was allowed to perform before Louis XVI.
It's not called Voltaire, it's called Voltaire.
Thank you. You are an authority speaker. He was called Voltaire. And Voltaire himself was allowed even to perform before Louis XVI. So I think what we should do in that space is to allow such a place to be performed and they get over and we move on. But I think, Honorable Speaker, I want to plead with you that we also involve the Departmental Education of Education, because I know quickly they'll rush to punish the teachers who are not responsible for this. And therefore, I'm just hoping our teachers will not be punished. Thank you.
Yes, Mama Zamzam.
The following papers on the top of the House today, Thursday, April 10th, 2025, in this afternoon sitting. Deployment of the Kenya Defence Forces on 7th April 2025 to assist in the emergency response at Kilifi Corner, Fayaz Estate, Mombasa County. Report of the Auditor General and financial statements for the years ended 30th June 2021, 30th June 2022, 30th June 2023, and the certificates therein in respect of Ahero Girls Secondary School, Bunyore Girls High School, Kabianga High School, Kanga High School, Kaplelach Secondary School, Bomet, Kaplong Girls High School, Kekonyokie Mixed Day Secondary School, Kenyanya Secondary School, Kilgoris Boys High School, Kimulot Boys High School, Kipsigis Girls High School, Kisi High School, Kisumu Girls High School, Matongo Boys High School, Moi Girls Secondary School, Vokoli, Moi Nyabohanze Girls High School, Migori, Guirovbi Mixed Secondary School, Nyabururu Girls High School, Nyambaria High School, Ramba Boys High School, Rungiri Secondary School, Sironga Girls High School, St. George's Girls Secondary School, St. Joseph Nyabigena Boys High School, Kisii, Tenwek High School, and Vihiga Friends High School. I beg to lay, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Majority Whip. Chairperson, Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee. Mulyungi.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Thursday, 10th April 2025. Reports of Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the reports of the Auditor General as follows. Number 1, fifth report on the financial statements for the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for Teso South, Matayos, Nambale, Funyula, Teso North, and the Butula constituencies in Busia County for the financial years 2013-2014 to 2021-2022. And the number 2, the sixth report on the financial statements for the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for Mbuye East, Dagoretti North, and the Matunga constituencies for the financial years 2016-2017 to 2021-2022. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mulyungi. Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security. Russell, you're waiting for the paper? Okay. Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Social Protection. Alice.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 10th April 2025. Report of the Departmental Committee on Social Protection on its vetting/approval hearing of CPA Karen Achieng Agego, nominee for appointment as Principal Secretary, State Department for Children Welfare Society, and 2, Mr. Fikirini Jacob Katoi Kahindi, nominee for appointment as Principal Secretary, State Department for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Thursday, 10th April 2025. Report of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning on the vetting of the following nominees for appointment as Principal Secretaries. 1, Mr. Cyril Wagunda Odede, State Department for Public Investments and Asset Management. 2, Dr. Boniface Makoha, State Department for Economic Planning. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Didoraso, are you ready now? Not yet. Okay, next order. We'll come back to that.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Chairperson, Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee. Honorable Mulyungi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the 5th report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for 6 constituencies in Busia County, being Teso South, Matayos, Nambale, Funyula, Teso North, and the Butula constituencies for the financial years 2013-2014 to financial year 2021-2022, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 10th April 2025. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, I thought so. Go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopt the 6th report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements for the National Government Constituency Development Fund for Mbuye East, Dagoretti North, and the Matunga constituencies for financial years 2016-2017 to 2021-2022, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 10th April 2025. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mulyungi. Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security. You are still in the same predicament, Raso? Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Finance, Umulher. Honorable, hold on, Umulher. Honorable Mulyungi, I'm told you have a 3rd notice of motion. You are normally very organized. What's happened today? As Honorable Mulungi finds his bearing, Umulher, go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, I wish to give notice of motion that taking into consideration the findings of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning in its report on the vetting of nominees for appointment as Principal Secretaries, State Department of Public Investments and Assets Management, and State Department for Economic Planning, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 10th April 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Article 155(3)(b) of the Constitution and Section 3 and 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F, approves the appointment of the following persons as Principal Secretaries. 1, Mr. Cyril Wagunda Odede, State Department of Public Investments and Asset Management. 2, Dr. Boniface Makoha, State Department for Economic Planning. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Umulher. Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Social Protection, Alice.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to give notice of the following motion that, taking into consideration the finding of the Departmental Committee on Social Protection in its report on the vetting of nominees for appointment as Principal Secretary, State Department for Children Welfare Society, and the Principal Secretary, State Department for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy, I lay on the table of the House on Thursday, 10th April 2025, approves the appointment of CPA Karen Achieng Agego as the Principal Secretary, State Department for Children Welfare Services, and 2, Mr. Fikirini Jacob Katoi Kahindi as the Principal Secretary, State Department for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Marian Kaitani. You are listed as having okay. Let's go back to order number 5. Dido Raso.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Thursday, 10th April 2025. Report of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the vetting of Honorable Ahmed Abdisalan Ibrahim for appointment as Principal Secretary, State Department for National Government Coordination. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
At order number 6, Dido Raso again.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. That taking into consideration the finding of the Departmental Committee...
I beg to give notice of the following motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to give notice of the following motion. Appointment of Principal Secretary, State Department for National Government Coordination. That taking into consideration the findings of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security in its report on the vetting of nominee for appointment as Principal Secretary, State Department for National Government Coordination, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 10th April 2025, and pursuant to the provision of Article 155, Subarticle 3, Subarticle B of the Constitution, and Sections 3 and 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F, approves the appointment of Honorable Ahmed Abdisalan Ibrahim as Principal Secretary, State Department for National Government Coordination. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. At order number 6, still, Honorable Mulungi, are you better organized now?
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, which lapsed in the last session, that this House adopts the report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the reports of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the national to financial years 2021-2022, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 21st March 2024.
Just read the motion as drafted.
Yes.
Which you haven't.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the reports of the Auditor General on the financial statements for the National Government Constituency Development Fund account for the financial years 2016-2017, 2017-2018, 2018-2019, 2019-2020, 2020-2021, and 2021-2022, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 21st March 2024. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mulyungi. Marian Kaitanya, are you better organized now? If you shake your head, it won't go unanswered.
Not yet, Speaker.
Thank you. Before we call the next order, honorable members, allow me to acknowledge in the public gallery the following institutions: Queen of Angels Comprehensive School from Sotik, Bomet; Testimony School from Keses, Uasin Gishu. Members, you should welcome these children to Parliament. Creation Academy from Isiolo North, Isiolo. On my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the students and their teachers and any accompanying persons to the House of Parliament. Thank you. Let's go back to order number 3. Clerk.
Order number 3, messages.
Take your seats. Honorable members, I have a message from the Senate on the resolution of the Senate on extension of the tenure of the selection panel for the recruitment of nominees for appointment as chairperson and members of the IEBC. Honorable members, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 41-4 of the National Assembly Standing Orders, I wish to convey to the House that I have received a message from the Senate regarding its decision to extend the tenure of the selection panel for the recruitment of